Good morning, guys. Lee Hill, one half of Odyssey Overload. Thanks for joining in on this video. My wife is not with me, so I'll be doing this video by myself because she's in Houston hanging out with her mother. It was time for her to go down and spend time with her mother, help out because my brother-in-law went out of town, yada, yada, long story. But I had a great time hanging out with my wife. Who knew Houston area has so much to offer? I know you guys will be like, well, everybody knows that, but we found the coolest little lakeside park. We had a chance to have dinner lakeside as well in a beautiful area. And I had to hit the road and get back because I had things to tend to while my wife is working and tapping in online from Houston. Anyway, I want to share with you guys today some really cool historical sites that are close to our house in the DFW area, some in Lewisville and some in Carrollton, but these are historical sites in Texas. So guys, hopefully you enjoy this video. Thanks for coming along with me for this Odyssey, and I'll see you guys in just a minute. All right, guys, so we made it to destination number 1, which is the original site of what used to be the town of Trinity Mills, Texas. This park that I'm getting ready to show you is actually the original location, which is now not Trinity Mills. It's a part of the city of Carrollton, Texas, but they pay tribute to the original city in a lot of ways, and I'll take you and show you some of those spots in just a minute. So guys, I made it to the Trinity Mills area over here in what is now known as Carrollton, Texas. But Trinity Mills was established in 1853, I believe it was. And it was a small sawmill community, very small, not very many people. And I'll post a link to the history of the Trinity Mills area. But as a tribute, I'll take you guys over behind me and show you where the new community is being developed in honor of Trinity Mills, and it's named Trinity Mills. But this was an actual settlement. So now here's what it looks like today. One of the things I'm noticing is this pond was probably most likely runoff of some sort, because you can see over on the other side the runoff from the city or one of the creeks. So there's a creek over here on this side that it runs into rain, city water, I'm not sure, but it serves as a great reflecting pool. There's a business district behind me, a few offices. I'm sure people come out here on their lunch breaks. I don't know if they actually think about the history of this area, but it's just a great place to come out, take a break from the day, and just go inside your mind and figure out what the next move is, or just get a great break and enjoy nature from the office. There are tons of birds out here chirping, lots of animal activity, so you couldn't go wrong coming out here to the Trinity Mills area and just enjoying the day. That's all I'm doing. Look at that, guys. Nature. This is actually swampland back here at the backside of Trinity Mills. Look at that beautiful bird right there. Just right back here minding his own business. And I know I'm disturbing it, but I had to get it on video. There's another one in the back behind them. Bushes right there just watching me, wondering what I'm doing here. But guys, this is what I love about being in the North Texas area. I'm only 14 minutes away from home, and these are the things that I get to see. There are turtles all over. They keep ducking under the water. There's one right back there. Can't really see it good from here. But this is just runoff that they've allowed to turn into swampland. Cool little bridge to get you to the other side. Oh wow, I didn't even realize this was back here. So a few minutes ago, you just heard me refer to this as a reflecting pool, but this is actually a good sized pond. So it wraps from all the way around there and comes completely around, maybe under. Let's go down there and see if it's underneath, but it goes all the way around, guys. All right, guys, so now that that part is done, on to destination number 2. But before we get there, I promised to show you some of the sites around the city of Carrollton, especially the downtown area, which is newly developed. And that'll be a whole nother video of us hopping out when my wife is back, and we'll share some of the information about the city of Carrollton itself, and especially that downtown area. It looks beautiful. You'll see it in just a minute. Let's go. So guys, I don't want to talk too loudly, just out of respect to those who are buried here, but this is a beautifully preserved burial site or graveyard in the middle of a neighborhood with big, beautiful homes all around. And people seem to have respected it. The people who built here preserved the history of this area. And it looks to be a really cool, quiet place. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of traffic, but somebody's taking care of it. Anyway, not much to see here other than that it's a part of Texas history. Now we're going on to site number 3. guys, so this is Hebron Station, which is located in basically between Carrollton and Denton in Lewisville. So it connects all of these central cities, and it's been here a part of Texas history for a really long time. I'm gonna post a link below as well to this location. This is my third location today that's a part of Texas history, and just wanted to share it with you. So it overlooks the what is the dump, right? It overlooks the city dump, but from here it looks like just a cool little hill. Lake Lewisville is right on the other side of there as well. So this is a great location. All brand new homes through this, or apartment complexes, all through this area back here. Look at that view. Can you imagine what this was like before it was developed? Just a train coming through. The train is what's built this area up in these locations. So Texas had a lot of stops throughout its history. Texas has a lot of stops along the railway, and today it's used to transport people because the traffic in the DFW Metroplex can get really heavy and crazy. So now you just see commuter trains coming by, but it's still cool because it's directly connected to the Texas here in history. So now, or I'm sorry, to the history here in Texas. I'm getting a little tied up. I think it's because I'm getting hungry. But anyway, guys, I'm headed to my next destination, so come along with me and then we'll get this video wrapped up. All right, guys, so before we go on to the next destination, I want to take a second and mention the most important aspect of this train stop was the fact that the Texas Pop Festival happened here. That's the historical marker explains that. So again, I'll post a link and a Wikipedia link to that. 1969, I mean, we had acts of Sly and the Family Stone and all of these big rock bands that were here. Janis Joplin and Led Zeppelin, they were all here. They had a skinny dipping contest and all kind of stuff at the lake, where there was a campsite at Lake Lewisville where people hung out. This was a humongous event. It drew tens of thousands of people to this area, and it's a big part of not only Texas history, but American history. And matter of fact, I'm going to see if I can find maybe some video footage of it and post it in here as well. Anyway, we're moving on to the next location. Who knew? Led Zeppelin. All right, guys, so we're at the site of Bethel Community Church. Now, from what I read on the internet, this church was the center of Bethel Community, Texas, which was founded in the 1850s. Now, it was based on the railroad system, and once the railroad system, at its height, there were as many as 100 families living in this area, farming, business owners, self-sufficient, except for the train. Once the train decided to bypass this area, it kind of started to fall apart. And then now it's a part of the city of Lewisville. So right behind us is Lewisville High School, and this is the church that it's now a part of. But this is another part of Texas history, guys. And I'm only a few minutes away from my home, which is what I love about all of this history and things that you can just run not too far from home and find anything to get into. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I got some errands to run now. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.